Hey YouTubers. Just right now I'm working on a lawn tractor here in the shop. I've done a lot of lawn tractors in the past, and this one here is it was a pretty sad looking one, and so I've tore it all apart. I'm starting to put it back together again, but I'm starting to repair a few things. This is a Craftsman. It's about a mid 2000. I think it's either 2006 or 2007 Craftsman. It was a fairly deluxe one. It has the large 21 horsepower motor in it and the hydrostatic drive with the handle on the side. Anyways, these I think it's around 2005, 2006. The design on these things changed quite a bit, and there was a lot of weaknesses in them. And one of the biggest things was the steering on these things. What happens is the dash board, the lower dashboard part, which is very thin metal, and here we have it here. Okay, this is the lower dashboard part. The first thing that happens to these darn things is the metal here, where it mounts on there, it breaks just from the stress of reefing on the steering wheel when you're turning and driving your tractor around. So all this, the little ears where the bolts went through, they were all snapped off on this. Someone's solution was just to put a bolt on there with a washer and clamp it down. Well, what I've done is I've welded whole new metal plates in here to give it some strength now. So that's half the steering taken care of, right? So now I've got nice mounting place. It's going to be nice and sturdy when it's bolted down. This thing's not going to wiggle back and forth. The other thing is that this plate here, which goes kind of halfway up, the factory solution to keeping the steering steady was this really dumb little plastic bushing. Well, yeah. It was good for maybe a year or so, and then it's all wore out. So now when you take this little plastic bushing and you slide it over the steering column like this, it's loose. So no good, gone, garbage. So what we do here is we find a piece of pipe that fits over the steering nicely. If we have to adjust the size of it, in this case I cut it and squeezed it tighter around the shaft, so it's a nice fit, right? It's very thick metal. I can put a grease nipple on here and grease it, okay? And what happens is it's loose in this plate right now. That's because I want to get the angle right, because it's got a slight angle to it, right? So after I put this dashboard back together again, this will go on here like that. Well, I might have to trim it a little bit, but anyways, it'll go on there and it'll give the steering a lot more sturdiness to it. The steering wheel will wobble back and forth because it's really just annoying to have things loose like that, especially when you pay a lot of money for these tractors. So this is the second one that I fixed like this, and I thought, well, I'd put it on YouTube just to show somebody there is a way to fix this. Simply just make up a little bit. This is 18 gauge metal sheet in here, so it's similar thickness to this, but I mean, I made it wider. There's a little notch here for that. That's the clutch brake switch on there. So yeah, anyways, we're making this tractor just perform a little bit better, at least in the steering department anyways.